Hey, music lovers, welcome to Musical Miles Podcast. I'm your host, Byron Duffin, and we are here in Las Vegas, Nevada at the Rio Hotel and Casino. And I met my new friend, Mr. Trent Schulz, who is the Fall Cowboy. Met him last night at the watch party here at the Rio Roundup. How you doing, Trent?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing?
Good. We got to BSing and talking, and Trent is lives in Idaho now, currently in Riggins, Idaho, which is a long ways from where I'm at, but cool place, cool town, right along the Salmon River there. And but he's here with the guys, some guys. What's their business called?
Yeah, so I'm here with Kilgore Adventures. They do fishing charters, and they got a lodge out there on Hell's Canyon. You can go catch a big sturgeon, steelhead.
Right. Yeah, that's sturgeon fishing. You know what they? Well, I know. I've never done it, but they tell me they use like a half a chicken for bait for those big sturgeon, right?
I never used chicken. But
haven't you?
No. We catch smallmouth bass. We use those.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well, I'd like to do that one of these days. So they planted some sturgeon in the Snake River where I'm at.
Okay.
Just south Idaho Falls, a little town called Shelley. So those are prehistoric fish. If you don't know anything about sturgeon, look them up. They're pretty amazing. They get about as big as a pickup.
Oh yeah,
they get massive. What's the biggest one you've caught up there?
Oh, I've seen one that was over 10 feet, and we estimate it to be about 500 plus pounds.
Wow.
Wow,
old school. I saw some old school pictures. There's a picture in a gas station in Mountain Home, Idaho, and it's literally in the bed of an old pickup truck, and it's almost as big as the pickup. So
yeah, they're big. But
Trent also goes by Fall Cowboy. So is that what you call it?
Fall Cowboy. Yeah.
Fall Cowboy. So we were talking last night at the Rio Roundup here, watching the rodeo, and I got to asking him about that. What in the hell would ever possess you? One, to jump out of a great airplane, but he doesn't do much of that. He likes to climb up high buildings and structures and jump off those.
Yeah, mainly bridges.
Bridges.
I haven't jumped off a building yet. I jumped off a wind turbine, which, I guess it's all pretty much the same thing. But base jumping, it's made up of those 4 letters: B for building, A for antenna, S for span, which is a bridge, and E for earth.
Okay. Well, it's always intrigued me. I'm not interested in doing that at all, but I have driven by. So I asked him yesterday last night when we met if he had jumped off the Pine Bridge, which is the bridge that crosses the Snake River there at Twin Falls, Idaho.
Yeah.
And it is famous for base jumping. Lots of base jumpers come there, and there's been a few met their demise jumping off the Pine Bridge, but does that ever concern you?
No, it doesn't concern me.
Okay.
What concerns me is what's next.
Where's that next rush coming from?
Who knows?
So you're a bit of a thrill seeker, because not only do you base jump, but you said you told me you started riding bulls pretty young.
Yeah, I was 13 when I got on my first bull. It was the week I turned 13.
The week you turned 13.
Yep.
Grew up in Queen Creek, Arizona.
Yep.
And that's where you got on your first bull, is in Queen Creek, or
yep.
Is that right?
Queen Creek at Triple R Ranch.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Raise 'em, ride 'em, ribeye 'em is what they went by.
Raise them, ride them, and ribeye them. I like it. There's some of those ribeyes out of them tough old bulls can't be very good though.
Yeah, it's burger. Good burger.
Yeah. It's kind of like guys trying to tell me you can fatten up an old roping steer and make him taste good. And I don't know if that's true. You might be able to make some good jerky out of him, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Well, so not only did you start riding bulls, but then as you got older, at 18, you said you got your license so you could jump out of airplanes. Is that right? Yeah.
So I grew up around skydiving. My uncle, he trained the military how to jump, and so I got to hang around that as a young kid and grow up just seeing it. So as soon as I turned 18, I was ready to jump out of airplanes.
Cool. So how many plane jumps have you made? Do you know? Do you have a count?
Yeah, just over 100 right now.
Over 100 out of an airplane, but how many base jumps?
I'm pushing just over 70 base jumps.
70 base jumps.
Yep. In the world of skydiving and base jumping, those are baby numbers. I guess it's more than the average person, but there's a lot more for me to learn and to do.
Sure.
So, and see.
Well, you're a young guy. You're 25.
24.
24.
Yep.
Packed a lot in, so you've spent time deep sea fishing on the ocean,
I have,
long line fishing.
Yep.
Yeah. So tell me about that.
Well, I would don't do it.
Oh, well, I don't like being out on the ocean personally. I've been on a cruise, which I hated. I'll never go on another cruise, commercial cruise. And I've been on out on the ocean fishing as well, but not commercially, just for entertainment, right? And then I've lived in Hawaii and I spent time in Alaska. So I've done that, but I don't like being on the ocean.
No, I would never encourage anyone to go deep sea longlining or do any sort of deep commercial fishing work. It's for someone who thinks that they want to do it and makes the effort to go do it.
Sure.
It's not something to sign up for fun.
Was that in Alaska?
No, we're fishing off the coast of Oregon, Washington.
Oregon, Washington. For
black cod halibut.
Black cod and halibut, yeah. Well, fishing for halibut's like pulling a 4x8 sheet of plywood up off the ocean floor.
Yeah.
Hand cranking it. That's not fun. They're great to eat, but no fun to catch and get on the boat. But
no.
Not a big one anyway. So, and then you're also you're a firefighter, fight wildfires.
Yeah. So I spent some time on a Type 2 IA crew. So Type 2 IA, it's very similar to like the hot shots. The only difference that I see is hot shots are federal, and this Type 2 IA crew I was on is contractor.
Okay.
And federal gets more say, but we were all doing the same job.
Sure. Trying to put out a fire and save the rangelands,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So where have you fought fires at?
I did a fire in New Mexico. Honestly, it wasn't much of a fire. Whole lot of extreme landscaping is what I'd call it.
Sure.
And then we did another one in Mount Adams, Washington. That one was interesting. We seen fire the first day, and it was kind of pretty calm after that, more extreme landscaping. But a really cool one I did was in Central Oregon. And I mean, every single day, except for, I think the last day, we were on, fire in our face and digging hotline. It was action every single day.
Right.
And, it was great. And the last day, when we didn't see fire, we were doing 2 trips into a deep canyon, back out in a foot of snow, packing hose lays out.
Wow.
So,
packing what out?
Hose lays. So.
Okay.
Just we run all this hose down the canyon, and then basically they use that to finish off the fire when we're mopping up.
Okay, cool. So, but currently you moved to Riggins. You told me you went to Riggins on a fishing trip with some friends.
Yeah, with some friends.
Yeah. And liked it.
Uh-huh.
So what really intrigued you? Was it the sturgeon or was it the steelhead?
It was a sturgeon. I actually haven't caught a steelhead yet.
Serious?
Nope, I haven't. And steelhead is hot right now.
And you're in here we are in Las Vegas,
yep.
Nevada,
Yep.
at the NFR. So are they running are they running a crew at home right now?
Yeah,
on the river.
A couple guys that are guiding trips right now.
So are they in jet boats on the Snake?
Jet boats, yeah. It's like rock crawling on water.
Yeah,
is what I imagine it.
It's pretty impressive, and especially if you've been on the Salmon River, and it's changed. When I was young, I was telling you guys, we used to come into Corn Creek from the salmon side, Salmon, Idaho, go to Corn Creek, the end of the road, get on a boat and go down, and then they would take you down what they called, I'm pretty sure it was Salmon Falls, and jumping those boats through those falls was crazy. Going down's easy, right? But coming back was the crazy part, because you're going against the against the flow of the river and up through those. You're literally jumping falls.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
You do some of that over there?
Yeah, and I guess it's been a mild rush for me, but it's been a good, nice rush.
Yeah.
Keeps me safe away from some of these tall buildings. But I want to be the first known person to skydive into Hell's Canyon. That's a project I've been
Nobody's ever done it
on right now. No, and now that I'm talking about it on here, that means I better hurry up.
You better hurry up and do it, because
right
somebody's going to hear it and go,
"Yep,
oh, I can do that. That's no big deal."
No.
So you want to skydive from a plane into Hell's Canyon?
Yeah, so I want to jump, and I don't know how we could do this. I've been talking to some guys that know how we can do it, but basically I want to jump and I want to fall below into the canyon and pitch my parachute.
Before you open your chute. You're crazy.
So
that has no appeal to me.
I think it's doable because I
How
can
deep
tell
is that
you.
canyon? The canyon's pretty deep. In places it's deeper than the Grand, isn't it?
Yes, it's actually Hell's Canyon is
actually the deepest
canyon
in North America.
Yep. And then right next door we're at on the Salmon River is the second deepest canyon in North America.
Okay.
So I would say around 1,500 to 2,000 feet of elevation is roughly where that river is, and then high point is 8,000 to 9,000 feet. Don't quote me on that. My numbers may not be correct, but I'm very close right there.
Okay.
So with those types of heights, you'd be able to jump and fall into the canyon before you pitch your parachute.
How much do you need? I mean, because like what's the from the Prime Bridge to the river? How far do you free fall before you? I mean, you pitch or shoot when you jump, but you're pitching when you jump, right? But it's a short distance.
Yeah, I think around 8 seconds jumping off the Prime Bridge, you're hitting.
That's crazy. So besides jumping into Hell's Canyon, where do you want to go? What do you want to do with this skydiving? You want to take that to the next level, or do you want to?
Yeah, I'm going at some point in my life when I have earned it, because it's not free to go do all this stuff.
Sure.
Is I'm going to go to Europe, and I want to jump in Norway and Switzerland, and go down to South America, jump in Brazil, and in Venezuela there's the Angel Falls. I want to jump off that. I want to jump off everything.
You better let the government settle down a little bit right now. That's kind of a mess down there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And actually my biggest goal for base jumping is to jump off of Mount Thor in Baffin Island, Canada.
Okay.
So it's the world's tallest, most vertical drop, over 5,000 feet.
Wow.
So it's basically like doing a hop and pop skydive.
Now, I don't know why this just popped into my head, because we're talking about jumping off mountains, I guess. But have you ever been in one of those flight suits or tried that, or had any interest in doing that?
Yeah, I won't. When I go to Europe, it'll be for that.
Really?
Yeah, I'd like to go do some slick tracking, but eventually I'm gonna need to proximity fly some tall mountains.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't want to do it too much, because it seems like friends I've made, when they put a suit on, your ticker starts going, and then next thing you know, they had their last flight.
Yeah.
So I want to get a taste of it, but I want to take advantage of all this time I have.
Sure.
And not burn it too soon.
Sure.
So.
Well, cool. Well, you've led a very interesting life in a short span. And sounds like me. I've done a lot of different things, but nothing that exciting, and that's okay with me.
Oh, it's nothing.
Yeah, that's okay with me. So we did talk a little bit, because our podcast has really been. You're really the first non-musical, rodeo guy that we've interviewed on this podcast. We have really stayed streamlined on the but this is a human interest story, and it's interesting to me what drives somebody to do something like that, and then what does it take to get you jacked up to do that? Is it music? Do you listen to something? What's in your head? What's in your earbuds when you're jumping off the Prime Bridge?
Probably Knights of Sidonia.
Knights of Sidonia.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm listening to that one.
Anything else?
Man, all sorts of, I really like country, like Colton Jesse and Coulter Wall. And
Coulter's in town next weekend.
Yeah, I'll be going.
Oh, you're going to be gone by Saturday?
No, I'm going.
You're
Coulter
going.
Wall.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm going. I already got my tickets.
Okay.
Yeah, we're headed to see Coulter, and we'd love to sit down with Coulter at some point. I don't know when or if that will ever happen, but we've been really, really fortunate to have interviewed some cool people, and it's fun. This week here, because I don't have my computer with me, I have probably 40 plus episodes in the can, so I have a lot of content already filmed that we're slowly releasing, but since we're not at home to work on and have the computer to edit that stuff, I am re-releasing episodes from last year here at the NFR. Some were last year at the NFR, some were throughout the year, but if they're playing in town, so this morning I just released re-released Corblund's interview and Taylor Honeycutt, who we interviewed this summer at the Brown Brothers reunion, and Taylor's playing tonight at the Virgin, and Corb is playing tomorrow night at the, what do they call it? Drawing a blank what the venue is called. But anyway, Corblund's in town playing tomorrow night. Yeah, it's been cool. So we've re-released those. We've got several more. We release 3 episodes a week. Mm-hmm. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I've been releasing 2 Monday, Wednesday, and Friday just while we're here in Vegas. So anyway, it's been fun, and we got to interview some great artists here last year. So.
And I guess I am living a similar lifestyle. I'm always on the road, and I drive through all these towns and look around and think, man, I'm a little bit different from all these people.
Sure.
That road life, the style is unique.
Well, and I can relate. I spent 30 plus years in sales, for the most part, sales marketing. I've lived all over the country. Like I said, lived in Hawaii, and I didn't live in Alaska, but been to Alaska. I've been all over the country and spent my last year working full-time as a brand president for a manufacturing company. I think I spent 130 nights in hotels that year. So
wow.
That's too many.
Yeah.
But we're in Vegas, and we love this town. There's a lot of stuff going on here. There's so much music. There's so much action with the rodeo, and then there's the team roping going on just here out back, right? Mm-hmm. They've got a big team roping going on. They've got all these markets and stuff happening here in town, and Stetson and Roper are big time sponsors here. My wife works for Stetson and has for 18 years here at the finals. There's just so much going on, and then we got lucky that Bill Blanchard and his crew invited us to come in and set up here at the Rio Roundup.
Great watch party.
What a view we have here, right? It doesn't get any better than this.
I know, this is great.
And if I could pipe the sound from the TV in up here, I'd stay up here and won't have to deal with all those people.
I know.
Have my own party.
Yeah.
So, but anyway.
This is a pretty cool room too.
It is a cool room. So this is an old venue at one point. There's a stage in the back.
Okay.
They had a lot of shows here, but they haven't used it for quite a while. So I was up here doing an interview last night. We just finished yesterday afternoon, finishing up. Security walked in and says, "What are you doing in here?" I said, "Well, I actually have permission to be in here, just so you know. I didn't just crash."
We kicked the door in.
Kicked the door in and turned on the lights. So, but anyway, well, anything else you want to share with us?
Well, I just want to see people live life and to the fullest, do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Not waste a second of it. Not everyone, because if everyone does it, then it might get a little complicated.
But not everybody's going to do what you do, but that being said, I think that's great advice. I tell everybody, and I don't tell everybody, but this is something I've tried to live by. I heard this a long time ago. It said, live your life so your story's worth telling, right?
Yeah, don't waste it.
And don't waste it,
No.
you know, because there's some opportunities. And I've missed out on a few things, but not much. I don't have very many regrets.
No.
So.
Yeah, I'm happy with the way it's going. I have a long ways to go, a lot to
You
build.
got a good start.
Yeah. I'm chasing the experience is what I call it.
Yeah. Well, you can never have too many experiences. Trust me. The memories are worth it. I mean, I look back on all the live music events I've been to, the hunting and fishing experiences, and I probably could have done a lot more of those. I know I could have, but when I rodeoed and roped, I roped steer, I team roped and roped calves. I went to the high school national finals in the tie down roping, and I was a shooting instructor on the island of Kauai.
Oh, nice.
I killed a moose in Alaska when I was 14 years old. I've had some pretty cool experiences and met a lot of people. I tell everybody, I said, give us 5 minutes, we'll connect the dots. It didn't take us very long last night before we connected a dot. We don't want to talk about that on here, but the long and the short of it is, the world's a small place. It really truly is.
It is.
And especially in this industry, the rodeo world and the music industry, and they kind of cross-pollinate, if you will, and so.
Here we are at the Rio now.
Here we are at the Rio. So anyway, cool. Anything else?
No, I don't think so.
We keep them short and sweet here. We're knocking on 20, 30 minutes, so we're doing pretty good.
Yep.
But no, it's been fun.
Yeah,
go have fun.
Go have fun.
Yeah.
And
all right.
Go jump off something.
Go jump off something. My knees can't take me jumping off anything anymore.
No, don't jump off something.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us. Appreciate you. It has been cool to meet you.
Thank you.
Okay. And that's the cool thing. Let's
talk about the guitar.
Let's talk about the guitar. If they knocked that off there, you probably couldn't hurt it because it's carbon fiber. They call that carbon timber, and it is company out of Provo, Utah. Closed Guitars give me that guitar. They built that one for me, and there's another one on its way here that we're going to give away during the Rio Roundup. So we've got to figure out how we're going to do it, but we're going to go promote Close Guitars and Musical Miles Podcast. So this episode is sponsored by Close. With over 10 years of experience crafting hand-built composite instruments, Close provides the widest selection of premium carbon fiber instruments in the world, from acoustics to ukuleles, electrics and basses, even mandolins. When picking an instrument, Close doesn't want you to have to make a choice between performance and portability. These instruments stay in tune and intact, whether you're hopping venues or cresting mountains. Every Close instrument is plecked, which means you'll get low action and buttery smooth playability each time you pick up your instrument. Check out Close to find instruments you'll not only take with you, but ones you won't want to leave behind.
If I win it, I'll learn how to.
You promised me you'll learn how to play it?
Yeah, I've actually wrote a couple songs.
Well, you told me you did.
And we didn't talk about that.
Yeah, well, let's talk about that real quick. So,
Okay.
So what was the motivation to writing some music?
Well, I guess it started when I met. I didn't start when I met Brandon, but when I met my buddy Brandon Shane, we wrote a little song together, and I don't think he's ever put it out yet. I don't know why it hasn't happened, but it's going to happen at some point.
Sure.
And I'm going to stay on him. Brandon, I'm going to keep calling you about that. I know it's been 4 years.
There you go.
And then I wrote another one after my uncle passed away, because he's lived a really interesting life, and I kind of wanted to put some stuff down on what he taught me, and I gave it to my buddy Jordan Cook, and he was with a band called the In Color Band.
Okay.
And Jordan Cook says he's got a good version, but he's not ready to show me yet.
Okay.
So I'm waiting to see how it goes.
Well, I hope somebody releases those songs and you get the credit that you deserve, and it makes you a rich man, because it only takes one.
I know.
As long as they get on the radio, that's the tricky part. Don't plan on Spotify and making you rich.
Yeah, I don't think the casino's paying a whole lot today. Maybe.
No.
We make our own luck.
Last time I checked, which was last night, wasn't good. So, hey, all right, for Musical Miles Podcast, I'm your host, Byron Duffin, here at the Rio Roundup in Las Vegas, Nevada with my friend
Trent Schulz, Free Fall Cowboy.
Fall Cowboy. Check him out, follow him on Instagram, and see what he's got to do. We will tag him in the show notes on this, and then we will also put some links to some crazy ass videos he showed me last night.
Okay.
All right, we'll see you all down the road. Adios.
See ya.